What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Super Sim Challenge. Apologies in advance, this one is going to be a little bit awkward. I had 2 videos in a row where the audio just disappeared, so instead of getting rid of them, because this actually includes most of Ellie's university time, so I decided to just splice the 2 videos together, cut out as much of the filler as I could, and do a voiceover. So I hope that this will be okay. Alright, so when we last left off, Ellie just got to Foxbury. This is her room. She got the only single in the dorm. You can see in the bottom right hand corner, I'm just kind of looking at her classes. She is going for a distinguished degree in physics, so that's what we're after. Alright, so this is actually the first day of the term. Ellie is about to get up, get something to eat, and, shower, get ready for the day. And then she'll head off to her first couple of classes. So I'm doing this kind of way after actually recording, so it might be hard for me to get some of the details down because the screen that I'm looking at is so small, I can't really see things like the time or the day, so we'll get through it though. Alright, so Ellie went to her first day of classes, and what the routine is going to be, she goes to class and then goes to the commons. And here is where I'm just giving you guys a little tour of the Foxbury Commons that I downloaded from the gallery. I thought this one was much nicer than the one that came with the pack, so we saw pieces of equipment outside, and then we're going, for some reason we skipped to the second floor, but this is where a computer lab and robotics lab are. Third floor has beds in case your sim just gets that tired. There are a couple of privacy pods with computers, a ping pong table, a gym. There's a woodworking table that actually came in pretty handy, and another bathroom that actually has showers in it. And this is the outside. But when we get down to the bottom floor, we actually have another set of bathrooms. I think those are just toilets and sinks. And then we have an entire cafeteria area. So your students can actually eat for free. And I'm pretty sure that's a part of the game as well, but this is also included in the one that I downloaded. Okay, so Ellie is about to try to get started on some homework. There's a nice little seating area across from the commons with a picnic bench, so she had some peace and quiet to try to get some work done. And she's going to do that before she heads out to her esports meeting. So she is not only pursuing a degree, but she is a part of the esports team. So after her first meeting, she got back to the dorm and she actually got a promotion. So that was pretty cool because, again, we are trying to max up and level up on all of the careers and everything there is to do. And esports and soccer team are actually considered jobs. So we skipped over to the next day. Ellie already finished her classes for that day, and this is where we decided to join an organization. So this is different from the jobs. They are just kind of things where you have meetings and you go and participate in whatever the activity is and meet your fellow organization goers. But this is where we decided to join the Spirit Squad at Foxbury. So it was pretty cool. And if you don't know how to join organizations, you just look for those little information kiosks on campus. You click on the organizations and just look at the times that they are meeting. You go to said meeting and just kind of chat up some of the members that are there until you can ask to join. Once you do that, you will officially become a member, and then you can participate in all of the other meetings and gatherings that they have going forward. Alright, so Ellie just finished her last class for the day, and as usual, she is going over to the Commons. She usually goes over there directly after her last class to take care of her daily task for esports. And she has time between classes in the meetings since I think they were at 5 or 6 in the evening. So she usually does the daily task before the meeting, and then if she has time, she gets some homework done. So I think this is me struggling to find where the task is that she needed to do, but we finally found it and got started. So she's just doing that, and then she'll also kind of get to know some of the other students as well. But it was a pretty easy task there. Alright, so we've got the esports task done, and she's gonna sit down and get a head start on some homework. The most difficult part about starting in the middle of the week is those first days of classes, you kind of are already behind with homework because there's just no time to get it done. So we took that first day as a loss, but now I think we were able to kind of get on a good schedule and a good routine and get all the work done in time. It looks like one of our team members is coming in a bad mood. But Ellie is going to finish up this homework, and then she's going to head to her meeting. Alright, so we've got another meeting over. Ellie is back in the dorm. And it looks like we are going to travel. Oh, okay. Yep. So this is where we go over to, I believe it's called Pepper's Pub. And that is where the Spirit Squad is meeting on this particular night. So we're going to go over there and try to find someone that we can befriend and see if they'll let us join the squad. And you can see Pepper's Pub is kind of in the middle of the two university campuses. Alright, so this is going to be a bit of a struggle. Ellie is super tired, but we were able to find a couple of squad members right off the bat, so she's going to go in and talk to them, kind of introduce herself, get to know them, and see if she can join as a squad member. Right, so it looked like she had the option to ask right away. And then it looked like it went away and then came back. So now she is officially asking to become a member, and it looks like he said yes. So Ellie is now a member of the esports team and the Spirit Squad. So we're gonna get a little bit of a Foxberry cheer in here, get everybody riled up and in the spirit. And here is, so when you join Spirit Squad, you do have to do different tasks and communicate with the other members to try to level up. I think there were 3 or 4 levels, I can't really remember, but when you become I think it's a seasoned member or a senior member, that's when you've reached the top. Alright, so the next morning, I'm not sure how Ellie had the energy to get up early and get a head start on some homework. And it might actually not even be a head start. She might be doing the homework for the class coming up. But she's getting that done, and you see she just leveled up in handiness. Now here we're just going over her skills over there in the corner, and you can see she's already maxed out the cooking skill. We did that in the last video. And we're just gonna slowly scroll on down and see all of the other skills that she has actually unlocked and where she stands. So she hasn't, or she still has a pretty long way to go to unlocking all of the skills, of course, but the ones that she has started on, she's doing really well. It looks like she is about to max out on handiness pretty soon, and she's already maxed out on cooking, so she is well on her way. Okay, so after classes are done, here we are back at the Foxbury Commons. As is our routine, we are going to start on our esports task, the daily task, before our meeting gets started this evening. And I think she was able to get a little homework done on this particular day as well. But as you can see, she is really tired, so staying out late, going to the Spirit Squad meeting was a good idea. It got us what we needed, but is not doing any favors for her energy. Okay, so it doesn't look like, oh yeah, she did finish the daily task. So now one of the other things she has to do for Spirit Squad is successfully start the school cheer 3 times. So we thought, what better time than when she's in a building full of other students. So she's going ahead and taking advantage of that and getting started with the school cheer. Alright, so after that, dinner was being served at that time, so Ellie went downstairs. She got her a free meal, which is always awesome. And as soon as she finished, she basically took her sunny attitude and went on to her esports meeting. So that is where you see her dragging her feet to go right now. Alright, another successful meeting, and Ellie is back in the dorm. Some of the other dorm mates were still awake. So we went ahead and had Ellie finish up doing the school cheer a couple more times so she could at least finish that task, so she could level up in the Spirit Squad. So even though she is super tired, she is getting everybody in the school spirit. Alright, so this is where the second video begins, and it's a few days later actually. I played on through the weekend, and Ellie is now working on her usual Spirit Squad stuff. the term actually just ended, and at this point I was pretty upset because I thought I had another day in the term, and Ellie actually did not get to finish, or she didn't get to present her presentation for one of her classes. So you can see here she got straight A pluses and 1 B, and I was pretty perturbed, but couldn't worry about that. So we went ahead and signed up for the second term. As usual, we did 3 classes, or 3 physics related classes, and then 1 elective. I think we chose something different. Is that research and debate, maybe? Here I was contemplating moving Ellie off campus or checking out one of the other dorms, but I essentially decided to just leave her where she was, as there's no guarantee she'd have a room to herself anywhere else, and then I didn't want to move her off campus just yet. Now here we're checking all of our scholarships. Everything is still fully covered. So we go ahead and officially enroll in our second term. Okay, now we're just gonna take a quick look at her schedule for this term, just to see what extra effort we have to put in, any term papers or presentations, things like that, and just what days and times that she has class. So I think this is later that night, and Ellie finished her meeting, came back to the dorm, and decided to do her homework for the next day. For some reason, this random dorm mate of hers came over, and that exchange happened. That was really bizarre. I don't even remember them having an actual conversation. So after I got rid of him, Ellie's still doing some work, and here comes another random dorm mate. But they just start making out, and I have no idea. I'm shook. I don't even know what's going on. I don't think I've ever even seen him before, so not really sure what's going on there. But I basically spent the rest of the night, or Ellie spent the rest of the night doing homework, and I tried to keep her from making bad decisions. So the next day, Ellie went to class and she leveled up in research and debate, which completed a milestone in the academic aspiration. So that was really good. This is where I decided to start getting her sleep replacements, and those became our best friend during these university terms because there's just no time to do it all, and her energy was constantly low. So, as you probably guessed, when classes were over, Ellie went over to the Commons, and she started working on her usual esports tasks. But this particular day was a little bit different. We actually had some action happening off to the side, and you'll see that in just a minute. So Ellie hears a sound and she goes over to see what's going on. So there's actually a commotion over in the robotics lab. So someone got electrocuted and died. The more I look at it as I'm doing this voiceover, I think that might be the guy that let Ellie into the spirit squad, but I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember what his name was, but I think that is him. They have a pretty friendly relationship. So if that wasn't him, he's at least someone that she's talked to a good amount before. It might be someone that lives in her dorm. So right here, I decided, I was feeling kind of bitter because we weren't able to plead for Barley at all when he died. So I tried to see if Ellie could plead for this person's life with the Grim Reaper, since she has kind of a relationship with him already. And I was pretty surprised it actually worked. I didn't think it would, because I've always heard that that was pretty difficult to accomplish. But we made it happen. So Ellie basically brought someone back to life, and here she is going to take a potty break. So that didn't faze her one bit. So that was it. Now, after all that commotion, Ellie was right back to work. She does still have to go to esports this evening, so she needs to finish her task that was interrupted by the death in the robotics lab. But this is basically where everything ends. She's going to go to her meeting, go to the dorm, and probably do homework and go to sleep. But this is where I'm going to call it, you guys. I really appreciate you watching. I hope it wasn't too rough for you. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe if you are new. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!